Hi, we're Honne.
And we are live in Limbo.
Don't touch me, boy, I want you, not allowed to. You are someone that loves you, I'm waiting and impatient.
Hi, I'm Shannon from Live in Limbo, and we are sitting here with Honne, the newest and it thing from Britain, and they are soul pop, I guess you guys are.
Yeah.
So you guys are playing a show tonight at the Mod Club, and it is a sold-out show, which is pretty exciting.
It's great.
What's it like for you guys to be so far from home and be selling out shows like with this capacity? And
Yeah, it's really, really weird. Like, we still can't kind of get over or figure out what's going on. It's just mental. Like, we say it every night on stage. It's like, we started just over 2 years ago, and it seems really unbelievable that we're here playing to a sold-out room.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing feeling, and we absolutely love it.
yeah, you just quit your day jobs, and you're just like, this is what I get to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Really crazy.
Literally what everyone dreams about doing. So speaking of the tour, I guess, is you guys are playing a pretty extensive tour. Is there any dates that you're like super excited for that like really stand out for you?
We love, Toronto is definitely one of them. Just because every time we come here, is that a fly? Every time we come here, it's like a really cool city, and we always seem to be in like a really cool area.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one, the Mod Club, and then the Garrison was where we played. In March, and that was like a cool place. Any for you?
I don't know. I think it's also just fun for us. Like, we've been to loads of places that we would never get to go necessarily if we weren't in a band touring around, you know.
Yeah.
Not like the classic holiday destinations kind of thing. Like LA and New York, and Toronto, lots of people go, but we've been to Columbus, and Chicago's maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
Ready to go. But yeah, it's great just seeing loads of new places.
Yeah. When you guys are in these cities, do you like to do the super touristy stuff? Like, do you go up to CN Tower? Did you?
We did one really touristy thing in Chicago. We went on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Michigan. And it was great. It was sunset and it was really nice. But we did feel like it's kind of like people going to London and hanging out at Piccadilly Circus. You know, going, oh wow.
Hey,
no one in London goes to Piccadilly Circus.
What about like you didn't go to the aquarium or anything like that when you were here?
It's only ever like a couple of hours here and there. So you have to like make your choice.
Yeah.
And live by it.
It's like back-to-back dates is what you guys are playing. Like, is that what you
pretty
for
much
the most part?
Yeah, a couple of days off here and there, but they're often filled up with like promo and that kind of stuff.
And does that get exhausting? Like just being on the road all the time?
It's actually not too bad, is it? No. This is our first tour we've done on a tour bus. Mm-hmm. So thankfully we can like do the gig, hang out a bit afterwards, and then we get on the bus. Our driver Ray, who's amazing, 74, I can't believe it. Like, he's just incredible. He feels like our granddad now.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm not sure what he'd think about that, but
he's gonna watch us and be like,
yeah. Pesky kids. And but then whilst he's driving, we're like asleep, and then we wake up in the next city. So it's like we've been sleeping better on this bus than we ever have done before, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like normally when we tour in Europe a lot of the time, because it's like shorter tours and stuff, we drive in like a van, and you can't lay down. So you just drive to a hotel, like you do the gig, go to a hotel, then you have to wake up so early. Yeah. So if you don't like fall asleep in like 20 minutes, you know, if you're a bit wired from the gig or something, then
for sure.
You wake up the next day and please no.
Yeah, in Europe you drive 2 hours and you're in like a different country. In Ontario you drive 2 hours, you're still in like the same city.
Yeah, it's really true.
Canada's huge, you know. Yeah, exactly. So before we talk a little bit about the album, I want to talk a little bit about the genre, because I guess that's why you guys are like blowing up, is because you're so different than anything else is out there. So you guys are defined as like soul pop, I guess. How would you define that to someone who had no idea what it is? What would you define your genre as?
I guess we often use like a bit of a metaphor kind of thing. I don't know if this is a metaphor, probably not. Sorry to any English literature students. But it's the kind of music that you might listen to on a late night drive in the summer with the windows down with a loved one. You put it on the car radio kind of thing. Yeah, it's quite romantic, a bit sexy, a little bit cheeky at times.
Yeah, it's music. It's like music to escape to and just kind of forget about any problems that you might have. And
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We were listening to it last night actually, and I was sitting there. I was like, I could listen to this while like studying or like you know,
Yeah, it's
like when
quite
you're hanging
chilled
out with
out.
friends or like have it in the background, which is kind of cool. You know.
But then, so like when we play, so that's the case on the album. And then when we play live, we really wanted it to like fill out the venues because you can
Yeah, for
imagine
sure.
that kind of music. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
You don't want everyone nodding off, taking deck chairs and nodding off. So we've got a live band, we've got an amazing drummer, bass player, and backing vocalists who come with us everywhere.
That's cool. So it adds a little bit something different than what's heard on the album.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit more like soul, like live soul kind of thing.
No, that's
Yeah.
cool. So your debut album, Warm on a Cold Night, came out. What do you guys find you drew inspiration from while you were recording this? Like what artists, what places, things, people?
yeah, it's kind of all sorts of things. I think mainly like from my point of view, like with the lyrics, is just stuff that either happens to me or happens to James, or like things that happen around us. Don't know, just trying to figure out what could be interesting for songs, because like everything's going on, there's all sorts of drama and all sorts of nice things that happen that you can just take inspiration from.
You can write a song about literally anything.
Yeah.
You just have to find a way to make it sound pretty.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what it comes down
That's
to.
it.
So why did you guys choose Warm on a Cold Night as the title? Because you have so many options with so many songs. Like what made you think this is what we want to label our album as?
It's a few things, like kind of that song was a historical kind of mark on our career. Like it was the first song that we wrote where we thought, this is it. Like we need to write more material like this, because I think this is how we want to sound. So there's that. It's also the first song we put out, so it kind of defines us. And yeah, it's like the first song we play live. It's just, yeah, it kind of,
It's just like everything.
it
in
evolves.
one.
Yeah, it's evolving around that.
We love it. We really like it.
Yeah.
We do really like it, so that helps.
Is it like your favorite song to play live? Do you have a favorite song to play live?
One of them for me, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
For sure. So you guys are like having some pretty huge success kind of like out of nowhere. Like, Someone That Loves You has over 1 million views on YouTube, over 9 million plays on Spotify. What's that like for you guys? Like when you wrote the song, did you think this is going to be it? This is going to be the huge song that blows up, or no? Like
Definitely not when we were writing it. No. So we just, not that we thought it was terrible, but so that whole thing just came about. Izzy tweeted about she'd been listening to us or something, and we messaged her on Twitter and said, you should come around to our studio, let's just write a track just for fun. We didn't really know whether it was going to be for her or us or whatever, and within half a day we had the main bit of this song done. And yeah, it was a really chilled out day, just eating pizzas and chatting, drinking tea, and
that's pretty awesome.
and then yeah, the next day we woke up and listened to it, and we were like, oh, this is really, really good actually. And everyone, like all our team and stuff, thought it was amazing, and all our friends that we played it to. So I guess that when people react to something really well, you can start to get engaged that, oh, maybe lots of people might like it.
You get your
But-
hopes up just a little bit. You're
Yeah,
like,
a little bit.
maybe this is the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know it was the song
maybe
that,
this
like-
is the one.
Please, Mom, please. I know it was the song that I like actually first heard from you guys. I was like, I always do this thing on Spotify. That's how I like find new music, and I just go through like the indie playlist, and I clicked it, and I was like, wow, this is really good.
Oh,
And I got
thanks.
further into it, and then they're like, hey, you want to interview them? I was like, heck yeah, why not? So you guys, it's a great song, really, it is.
Thank you.
And every time I play it for anyone in my car, they're always like, who is this? Everybody asks about it. Like, yes, every single time. Yeah, so you know what? Why not? So
So you know what? I'm responsible for everyone being here tonight.
yeah, exactly. I'm pretty great. So when you guys are writing new songs, do you usually come up with lyrics and build around it, or do you do like a vice versa thing? You're like, I really like this tune. Let's find some lyrics that match it.
Yeah, it's the other way around, really. So we both write music and both produce it. So it starts with one. We both write in our own. We've got like setups in each of our houses, just like modest little setup, kind of like identical keyboards and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it starts like that, and then Andy will get hold of it, and just it's kind of like over time, isn't it? I think you kind of come up with some lyrics, and you're like, oh, that would go really well with that. And
Like it, because James is quite prolific at writing, so we've got this Dropbox folder of like demos basically, and just whatever stands out to me at the time. Like it's really weird. I can't really explain it, but all of a sudden something will just hit me, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, these lyrics work.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
I don't know where it comes from, but it just
no,
happens.
like I get that being like a writer myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just sitting there and you like have one like line going through your head, and then you like have another one, and you're like, oh my god, this is really good, and you just like jot it down in your phone or something that. Yeah, so you guys are kind of like a dynamic duo. Like I've been trying to start a band for like 5 years. No one is biting on it. How did you guys?
You can join our band.
Okay, awesome. I play piano. I'll just like sit in the background if that's
You've
okay with
got
you guys. Yeah, I've been playing piano since I was like really little. I mean, my parents used to force me, and then somehow along the line, I was like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this.
Right.
But like, how did you guys meet? Like, how did you get lucky to both kind of be into the same type of music? And
Yeah, it's weird. I think we have kind of got lucky. Like a lot of our friends say, oh, I wish we had like what you guys have. Like, no, not from a relationship.
you're like a couple, but like a really great music couple.
Yeah. But I think we're on the same wavelength, and we like the same things, and like we've kind of dipped in and out of bands in the past, and it's hard to bands are hard because there's so many different people you've got to get ideas past.
Yeah.
Whereas with the duo, it's just us two, and thankfully we do think quite a lot alike.
Yeah, it's even when it's just the two of us. We're both quite opinionated with how things should be.
Yeah.
And we'll like argue over a set list. Not like we'll like bicker and be like, I think we should play this tonight, and I'll be like, no one knows that one. We should do this one. And then we'll just be like, well, actually, neither of us really care that much. Which one should we do? And then we'll just sort it out. But if there's 3 other people as well as yourself doing it,
it's hard. I can't
it's
even
really
imagine
hard
it.
to keep the peace.
I even like fight with myself sometimes. I can just, like the inner monologues in my head. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll finish it off talking about, because you're about to play a show. I think we kind of touched on this a little bit before, but since your music's kind of calm and mellow, and you're bringing that into a live show, what can a crowd expect when they come to see you?
It's kind of like a bit of a party, quite romantic. A lot more like high energy, excitement, and people dance and sway and make out, make love. No, just make out. They don't
The
go
couple in
that
the back, just leave them alone. You know? They're in the corner for a reason.
Yeah.
It's quite off-putting sometimes. Like we've done a few gigs on this tour, and people are down the front making out, and it's just like, please, I can't look.
Please stop it.
Yeah, Andy honestly had a couple this far away. It was like a really small club in Kansas City, and there was a couple there like fully going for it right in front of Andy, and he just couldn't look at any of us because he was like, I'm going to crack up.
Usually what I do whenever like I'm at a concert and there's like a couple beside me, just kind of like make like a gagging noise, like repeatedly, just like then eventually like they get the point, they like look at you kind of funny, but they're like, okay, fine, we'll stop. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. It was very nice talking to you guys, and good luck with your show tonight and the rest of the tour.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.